Hello, can you hear me? Two months. 2 months sleep, really? Hold on, I'm just setting things up here. All right, here we go. So this is a picture I've been working on for a while now, and it's not only a picture, it's an animation. So yeah, I've been animating again. So I'm at the part where I need to draw the highlight in her hair. So if you've been wondering why I don't stream a lot, that's because if all the planets must align for me to be able to stream. I need to be alone at home while my wife is at work and my daughter is at daycare. So I don't get much time to stream. Sometimes I get the time to stream like before going to sleep, before going to bed, but the thing is that when it's that time of the day, like, well, night, I just want to be alone and don't really feel like putting on a show for people. And sometimes I just like to draw while listening to stuff that I can't really stream. Like, I'll listen to some videos that I can't broadcast. So I really have to be in a special kind of mood to stream, and I need everything to fit sexually nice. So yeah, now I'm going through this. This is an animation actually I'm doing, so I live. There you go. I didn't want to do that, but doing the last of the 3 frames of animation, and I'm doing the highlight on her hair in the 3rd frame. So that's a lot of work, but a lot of fun actually. Yeah, well, Comet Woman has a bigger head, I think. Now to see where the highlight goes in this part. I really like Blastman's design. I like the colors. It reminds me of Napalm Man. Napalm Man. I don't know if it's this version of Photoshop or because it's old or anything, but it's kind of hard to draw curves when it's zoomed out, because when it's zoomed out it will, like, if I draw a curve like this and I zoom in, you can see the pixels more than if I do it zoomed in like this. See, if I do this and do this and I go in, it's all weird. But that's why I constantly zoom in to do these, to do the hair. Why aren't married guys supposed to like anime? The thing is that it's mostly old anime that I like. I'm still like a fan of the stuff I watched when I was a teenager, so it's not like I watch recent anime, really. Hey, freak. That's your name, that's not me insulting you. So I'm doing this in Photoshop because I don't have Clip Studio Paint yet. So I'm using the very simple animation tools of Photoshop to do this. Why? Because I feel like it. Like, my wife will ask me, why don't you draw original characters more? And I tell her, because I feel like drawing shampoo. That basically just that's the only reason. There's no, this is not for Cherry. It's for myself, because I like to draw shampoo. And The name for what I'm working on right now is nothing. There's no name. But I also call it Mega Man Unlimited 2 in my personal files. In the game itself, the files are pretty much labeled as Mega Man Unlimited 2 for now. Thing is, I've been not really in the mood to work on this lately. No particular reason. Just I still work on it a little bit on the lunchtime at work, and it's just that I'm at a step where I'm just doing the graphics of Warpman stage, and it's very long and tedious, so it's kind of boring to watch, boring to do. You know what? Blockman's theme is almost one of my favorites now. I love it. Can you hear the music actually? Oh, really, Zyliok? You were a spriter in Corrupted? Why do you say you were? I'm actually very curious about Corrupted, because I haven't really been exposed to it that much, and I wonder how they work. Yeah, I haven't really checked 8-bit that much. I am on Discord, but I don't keep track of it a lot. I find it hard to keep track of where I'm mentioned and everything. So I mostly hang out on the Snupster channel whenever I have the time. This is like my home. Oh, you're saying the Corrupted Discord is inactive? Well, that doesn't really mean that they're not working on the game, right? It's mostly the community. Maybe they don't see enough progress, I don't know. And they just go somewhere else until there's something that is announced. Oh, thanks, Freak. Personally, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of hate my own game now. Because I've seen so much of it, so I don't really want to touch it again. It's gonna be the 6th anniversary of the game soon. On July 13th. And I knew this was going to turn into a Mega Man conversation, because that's what I'm mostly known for. It's not that I think my designs are bad. It's just I've I've had my face in it for so long that I want to see something else. I know there are bugs. I've seen people send me some bugs, and I just some of them I could fix like really easily, but I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like going back in there, and I don't want to touch it again. I just want to be done with it. Inverted controls, moonwalk, just speed, silly spray, shot. That would be nice if I could put some cheats in there, just for the purpose of doing challenges like that. By the way, I decided to stream on YouTube because I kind of really don't like Twitch these days because of their favoritism. So I'm experimenting with YouTube now. I think actually it's my first stream on YouTube. See if people like it. I'm gonna do it again. And why not start with a shampoo drawing just to make a statement. To tell people that I'm not only about Mega Man. It's like I don't. Whoa. I studied cartoon animation, but I didn't end up working in that field because I kind of wanted drawing to remain something fun for me. I like because in the animation field it's very much like an assembly line. You clean up someone else's drawing. You don't draw what you want to. So for me, I'm very much powered by my own emotions and creativity. So if it draw, I didn't want drawing to become a chore for me. So that's why you see me drawing mostly the same stuff all the time, because that's the stuff I have fun drawing. And yeah. Yeah, this drawing is not for Cherry. Actually, I kind of put the Cherry on hold for now. There is actually a demo you can play, but like I wanted to have like voiceovers and music and original music and stuff, but then I couldn't find tracks that I really liked that were royalty free, so I didn't really feel motivated to keep working on that, so I kind of stopped doing it. So I put the demo on my website for now for people that want to try it out. It's a single stage with a boss at the end. Yeah, and the idea, like for Cherry, I wanted to try something to see if I was able to do a little original thing. Well, still very much Mega Man inspired, but so I wanted to see if I was able to do something, and if people would be interested, maybe I would continue and finally be able to sell something, right? But I don't know, I kind of it's incredibly difficult to keep motivation going with original stuff. Like if people are not interested, it's kind of why do I even bother, you know? But maybe I'll go back to it in the near future. Oh, here's Blastman's theme. Well, thank you, Zylaok, for being interested. It means a lot to me. I didn't go public with the demo because you know, I thought maybe it would be more interesting if we had like more original music. Right now, the music in there is music from a bunch of different existing places, so that's why I kind of kept it a secret. You can try the demo right now if you want, by the way. If you go to my website, you can download the demo and play it. And by all means, if you have any feedback, let me know. Because I've been having the Snubsters play it a little bit, but not many of them played it actually. Tom played it and gave me lots of feedback, and that was nice. But if you want to let me know what you think, go ahead, please. What do you mean you're about to beat him? I wonder when I'm humming the songs, do you hear the song at the same time as I'm humming? Like, does my humming fit the sound of the song? Ah, okay, so here's another song, Acid Man, that I wasn't sure I liked at the beginning, but now it's like one of my favorites. There we go. We seem to have most of her hair done. Now I'm just looking to see if there are errors or missing parts. Seems alright. Pretty sweet. So now I'm gonna What do you mean they don't have anything original in their designs? You mean like the character design? Yeah, I went with something pretty safe. But what I meant by feedback was mostly about the gameplay, I'd say. Because for the design, I can't really change it at this point. I've put so much work into it. and you can't really change 2D sprites. Well, you can, but it's a lot of work. And I was planning on doing like other, of course, other designs with the other bosses in the game. The idea is that all the bosses are female. All right, that's enough playback. So now she's supposed to be wounded, so I have to do wounds and blood. But before I do that, I'm gonna do another boss I was planning for, but I stopped. It was I was planning to have a boss that is based on sand. That was an idea of Nico's, actually. If I remember right. But yeah, basically a maiden of sand who would morph into different sand creatures and stuff like that. Kind of like the inspired by the Anubis boss in Mega Man Zero. Now I have to do this in every single frame. Conveyor belts. Actually, I didn't plan on doing conveyor belts. It's one of my favorite songs from Mega Man 11. Tundra Man. But yeah, for I sometimes have ideas for gimmicks way in advance. For example, in the Mega Man Unlimited 1, a lot of ideas I had them way before they were in the game. But for the other project, I pretty much come up with stuff as I go, like as I come to a different stage, then I think about the ideas. And for Walkman, for Warpman, actually that's a case where I actually had no idea what I was gonna do until I did it. Only then I came up with the ideas I have now, and I think it's actually some of my better stuff, if you could believe it. So yeah. I'm just gonna go get some color. Not that. That's a lot of shampoo. It takes three times the time to color a picture when you have 3 frames of animation. Hello, Dab Dab. Usually, like, see, I draw while listening to music or videos of, like, for example, this morning I was drawing while listening to Jim Sterling's Sun. But I can't really play Jim Sterling content while I'm streaming. Doesn't really make sense. So I just put the soundtrack of Mega Man 11. Because video game soundtracks are not real music, so you don't get copyright strikes. I'm being sarcastic. All right. Save that shit. Now I'm gonna do her a pattern on her chest. Behind the scenes. There are some pictures where I drew everything, even the stuff that's under the clothes, so I could do like multiple versions of the picture without clothes and stuff. I'm sure some illustrators on Patreon do that stuff because they have like a not safe for work version for patrons. Am I self-taught? Yes, mostly. Like what you see now, Shampoo and Mega Man are the main reasons I draw. Like I actually got into drawing because of Mega Man, and I got better at drawing by drawing Shampoo, so they're kind of printed in my mind. So yeah. But then, then I went to a school to learn animation, like 2D drawn animation, in the hope of eventually working in that field, but like I said earlier, I ended up not working in that field because I wanted drawing to remain fun for me. So I decided to try the video games industry instead. Oh, hey, Bounce Man, one of my favorites. I say that for all the songs. I'd say Bounce Man is my favorite happy stage music. All right, so hold on a second. If I look, by the way, this image I'm working on is based on a fanfic I'm reading. So it's based on a specific scene of that fanfic where she's supposed to wear a costume similar to this one. Hold on. This one. So I want to draw that part, that pattern on her chest, but I think I'm gonna make it different. Well, similar, but different, if that makes any sense. So now I'm gonna draw, like, I'm drawing the decorations. Because that part is pretty fun, and it's the little extra stuff you add at the end. So if you look at this, wow, that picture is not actually very detailed. Yeah, people take lots of liberties with that design in the anime and the manga, so I'm gonna draw whatever the hell I want. So the question is, should I draw it directly on the chest, or should I draw it separately, then play with it in Photoshop to make it look in perspective? Alright, I'm gonna draw it just on top of everything for now, just to, you know, experiment a little bit. So usually they have something like this. Like maybe, yeah, maybe something like that. Oh, nope. So it needs to be symmetrical, so let's just... Oh yeah. So something like that. Okay, so the idea is that this pattern is supposed to be symmetrical, so I'm gonna draw it with more details, and then I'm gonna flip it for the other side. So yeah, like when I was a teenager, towards the end of high school, I really got into anime, and at that time the internet just started. Like, we would download pictures. Hi, Nico. We would download pictures of from anime stuff, and it would, like, at the times that downloading a single picture could take like half an hour. You would literally look at the picture load on your screen for an eternity. So they were precious pictures. So that's when I got into anime, and mostly Ranma 1/2, which is like the first pictures that jumped at me when I was looking online. So so Nico, if I sing if I sing while the song is playing, will it be claimed? Like, if I sing during the song to drown the song, does it count? I have completely forgot to plug that in the Snupster Discord chat. It's amazing. I never get tired of this song. I've played this stage like Dab, if you mean downloading a JPEG, a picture of the internet back then, it really did take that long. Connections were that slow. It would, like, you would see the picture like slowly displaying not line by line, but almost. I feel like I could put more detail in that pattern. Yeah. So, because I didn't even have the internet at home. I was going to one of my friend's place to go on the internet. And back then, the internet was not on all the time. You had to dial up with the phone to connect to the internet. So I went through that phase where the internet became mainstream enough that it was like always on. As soon as you turn on your computer, it goes on the internet. That wasn't like that before. Yeah, exactly. You didn't use Google back then. I was also there when Google slowly became the main search website. It was in like 2002 or something like that. Yeah, you. I remember playing a game of Warcraft 1 on dial-up connection, and nobody would, you know, pick up the phone while I was doing that. Otherwise, it would completely ruin the game and disconnect everything. And the frame rate was so slow, the characters would just you take forever to walk from one end of the map to the other. But like I said, this level, the Wily one, I practice speed running it, and I kept hearing the song all the time, and I just never got tired of it, even after all this time. Even after I played, like the first time I played through the game, I kept dying over and over again in the Wily stages, and never got tired of the song. And even it even plays through all the stages. There's no other Wily song in the game. Hello, Swindle Gaming. Welcome to the first YouTube stream ever from MegaPhilX. Maybe if I do something like let's try something. Today I am on vacation. I took a day off today and tomorrow, so tomorrow I might be able to stream again. Who knows? So I'm alone at home. It's actually beautiful and sunny outside, but I don't want to go outside. I just want to draw. So here I am. Who I'm drawing? Who else? This is Shampoo from Ranma 1/2. And people will tell you that this is the only character I draw. And they're not entirely wrong. But I don't really care. I can draw other things, it's just that I like to draw what I have fun drawing. If you look at my DeviantArt page, you're gonna see like lots of pictures of this girl. Because like I said earlier, that's basically because I was so into her that I draw. That's basically the reason why I'm drawing that, and because of Mega Man. Mega Man's the reason I draw, essentially. And Shampoo is the reason, is what pushed me to improve my skills. I'm definitely more of a character artist than a like background artist. I don't really like drawing backgrounds. Although not that not that I don't like it, but just I'm better at drawing characters. Alright, I think that's pretty cool. No, not that. Well, if you want me to explain what's Shampoo's story, essentially Ranma One Half is an anime about martial arts and romantic comedy. And the main character turns into it's a guy, a martial artist, and he turns into a woman when he gets splashed with cold water. And he goes on a trip to China, and it falls into a magic spring that curses him to turn into a woman when he gets splashed with cold water. Then he comes back to Japan, and he's supposed to get married to this girl from his father, like his father's friend's daughter. He's supposed to get married with her, but she's a tomboy and she's violent and she's a bitch, so they don't really like each other. But that's the type of story, like they will eventually get married. And Shampoo is from China, where like from around the same place that Ranma went to train and got cursed to turn into a woman. But basically she's an Amazon warrior from China, and she's very strong, and but Ranma is stronger than her, so he ends up fighting her as a woman. And the law of her tribe is to kill whatever woman defeats her in combat. So she ends up chasing Ranma, and she loses track of him until like he gets back to Japan, and then she finds him again and wants to kill him while he's a woman. But then she thinks that Ranma's fiance is hiding the girl Ranma. So Shampoo goes after Ranma's fiance, and he ends up accidentally hitting Shampoo, and then as a man, but the law of the tribe is that if a man beats an Amazon from the tribe, she must marry him. So she ends up like falling in love with the guy when he's a guy, and wanting to kill him when he's a girl. But eventually she learns that he's really a guy, and she just moves to Japan to chase him and marry him. It's actually a pretty complicated story. It's hard to explain really quickly what her story is. No, I think we're gonna switch to another soundtrack. I'm kind of sick of this one. Okay, so to do this properly, I'm gonna transform warp. It's pretty ironic that we're not even gonna be able to see that whole pattern because of that piece of clothing that's gonna be in front of it. That's the thing about animation, so you have to understand what is hidden to be able to draw it like accurately. So there you go. Does that make sense? Maybe I need to lower this part a little bit. There you go. So now I'm gonna draw some lines around that. I'm gonna call it chest pattern. I've been thinking about doing a video about like why I like Mega Man, why I like shampoo, all that stuff, but I don't know. Like most of the video ideas I have, I end up not having a lot of time to do them. Yeah, Dustman. Like, I like this character a lot because she's like, unlike the main character of the series, Akane, who like is this really like tomboyish girl, but like she acts like a damsel in distress whenever the story calls for it. Like whenever Ranma needs to, like whenever the relationship between the both of them needs to be moved forward, she gets kidnapped and stuff like that, and she's like weaker than the others, and you know she's made for like girls to identify with her, and I just really don't like her. Whereas Shampoo is more like a strong she's actually a strong female character, and she has a more I don't know, she has a deeper aspect to her than people initially see. Should I have black outlines at all? Or should I just leave it like that? If I think Blockman will get along with Guts and Concrete Man, I think Blockman is an updated version of Stone Man. It's Blockman is Stone Man if Stone Man was cool. If they actually put effort in making Stone Man, this is Blockman. So yeah, basically in Ranma, one half Shampoo is the Veronica to Akane, to who is the Betty of Ranma one half. Like Shampoo is more attractive, stronger. She has everything. Like she has everything better than Akane. She's supposed to be the well, one of the antagonists, but you know, I think people liked her so much that the author brought her back and made her more into kind of a good guy, but sometimes she's an antagonist, but most of the time she's like an ally. And she made her more into like she gave her more of a there's more to her than just being a brute. Yeah, the voice acting in Mega Man 11 was great. I liked the Japanese voice acting, especially Fuse Man, who is like he's so calm, and just that sounds really good. Oh, I have to remove this so that I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, so what Shampoo does essentially is she tries to win Ranma's heart by sometimes she will do things that are like a bit questionable, like not poisoning him, but trying to like use different tricks to get him to like her, or just like to get him to hug her. She's very cute. She's very much in love with him, and she's smart. Like she will outsmart many of the other characters in their schemes, but she will sometimes put her own plans in jeopardy because she loves him so much. That's what's nice about her. And also gets back she gets back to China at some point, and she gets cursed as well. So she turns into this little cat when she gets splashed with cold water. It just happens that Ranma is deadly afraid of cats. So every time she turns into a cat, he's very scared, which is funny because he's supposed to be a strong martial artist. So yeah, at some point she comes back and she, like I said, she turns into a cat like that. So Ranma doesn't like that. Should I have some kind of highlight on her little patterns like this? Yeah, I think that looks cool. Pharaoh Man. Destroy Mega Man. So one thing I don't like about Ranma 1/2 is that it's very like it's very much the status quo. Like things, like at the beginning of the series, things would change a lot. Like you would have new important characters like coming in, and the story would evolve, and you would see the characters change, and certain events occurred and stuff like that. But as it reached when it reached like season 3 or something like that, it became a lot about, you know, it became a lot about like small episodes that would like things would return to the to normal at the end of every episode. So there was no longer like evolution or anything changing, and they kind of stopped developing the characters at that point. And another thing is that the series focuses very much on Ranma and Akane. So other characters like Shampoo are very interesting and you would love to learn more about them. They end up getting neglected, which is why someone like me reads fanfics. Or even write fanfics. So there you go. Well, that looks like crap. Oh, I hate that. Every time I move a layer, it moves it in the other frames as well. I have to do them in order. If I move the layers out of order, like if I move the layers on the second frame before the first frame, it messes it up. There you go. Mamma mia, unfortunately I can't play that song. That one I can't. I'll get flagged to death. I think. So all that work. Oh, we still see it. So we still see the pattern, but it just gets hidden, half hidden in the different frames. All right, that's still cool. So what you're saying is that since you got flagged by Nintendo when you took a dump, you're saying that Nintendo makes shit. Oops, I noticed the mistake I made. Are you people playing Mario Maker 2? I've heard a lot about it these days. If anybody's still here, of course. Hold on, I saw something weird. Oh god, forgot that part. Is Mario Maker 2 only on Switch? Like, I thought they made one for the Wii U, right? They don't really care about the Wii U. Because I don't have a Switch. I refuse to buy the Switch for now. I don't have any reason of buying it. I have a bunch of games on the PS4. I have no reason to buy them again on another system. Especially when I don't really care about Zelda or Mario, or the only Nintendo franchise I like was Metroid, but don't really like it that enough. But Phil, there's the portable aspect of it, but I don't really care. I'm not on the bus long enough. I'm on the bus for like maybe 20 minutes in the morning, maybe less. And I don't know, it's not long enough, and I spend time in front of a screen all day. So when I get back in the bus, I tend to not want to spend time in front of another smaller screen. Whoa, hold on. And that's weird. The music is in stereo, but I only hear one side of it. Hello, Shadow Wolf Fang. I suppose Shadow Wolf Fang is different from Blizzard Wolf Fang. Every once in a while I get into these moods where I just draw non-stop. Does that? I think I think my display is not showing properly. Like, it's not... Okay, so I need to... No, not that. Hold on, I just want to make that fit properly. Wow, I didn't realize so much of it was cropped, but anyway. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter! Center, alright. It looks better. Sorry about that. Protoman. So after I'm done with this part, like that belt that's flapping in the wind, I'm gonna draw her wounds. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it right now, but anyway. Whoops, 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 wrong layer. I hate when that happens. There you go. The thing with animation is that you will always notice a bunch of problems. It can take forever to fix everything, make everything perfect. What is that line? I can't erase it. No? So what happens when you draw on the wrong layer? Stuff gets messed up and you don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh, what the hell was black doing on that layer? Right. Oops. I had a video about Japan planned, but like I had hard drive problems and lost most of my footage, so I would have to recapture everything. So I don't think I'm gonna do it in the end. That's the thing about YouTube, if like when you have barely enough time to do anything on it, like well, because you have a job and stuff like that, you just, the only thing that will basically fuel you is if you have enough fun with it, and if like you have people that will watch it. So there are really not a lot of people watching my stuff, so I just yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna do the Japan video. I had a lot of stuff to say, but go through all this trouble, lose your footage, then re-record everything only to have like 50 people watch it. So doesn't really make sense. Like if I had lots of time to do it, that'd be fine, but now I'm basically correcting a few mistakes here and there. Nope, that's not more beautiful. I'll do it like this. All right. Oh, damn it. I forgot the shoes. Well, you know what? For the shoes, I think I'm gonna go with the easy way out. There's no easy way out. Actually, in this case, there is. Hold on. Whoa, calm down, please. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm just copy pasting what I did. Do you like Mega Man 5 music? I don't know, it has some kick-ass final stage music. But the Robot Masters are... I like Stone Man's theme. All right, I think I'm gonna take a break now, and next time I do this, I'm gonna draw her wounds, and I'm gonna go with animating the big tornado that's supposed to be around her, and the background. So I'm still not done with this. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, those who are still here, and see you next time.